Yo, what is going on everybody? Ari here and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're gonna be talking about how you can actually get faster shipping. Now, of course, you could easily just drop ship things from AliExpress and get the regular Chinese shipping, which is really slow. And you could still build a business out of that, but chances are your customers are gonna completely hate you, and it's gonna lead to a lot of headaches and stressful situations, even potential bans from payment processors and even ad platforms like Facebook. So it's really important that you actually try to secure faster shipping from the very beginning, and hopefully today in this video you'll be learning exactly how you can do that. I got a lot of different ideas for you and things from my own experience. Now, of course, the easiest way to get faster shipping is just to order in bulk and maybe ship things yourself if you have a warehouse or if you have a big enough home to do this yourself. But that's not really something I want to get into in this video because it's not applicable to the majority of you guys watching this. And this is kind of the main reason why dropshipping is such a great business model for people beginning their e-commerce journeys, since it allows you to not have to buy inventory up front, which reduces the initial investment to start your business. And if you have to order in bulk, that's actually going to be quite expensive. And even though that is the best solution to getting the most satisfied customers possible and the most control over your business, it's not necessarily realistic for a lot of you guys, right? Now, first things first, there's not really many tools out there or marketplaces that link you up with US manufacturers or European manufacturers to ship a lot faster than China. But there is this one tool called Spocket. Now, I've never tried it before, but from the looks of it, it says top dropshipping suppliers of original US and EU products. So this is a really interesting tool. I've been eyeing it out for a while, but I want to know, would you guys be interested in me testing this tool for you and letting you know how it works? Let me know in the comments. I want to know your opinion. And of course, while you're at it, just slap a quick like on this video. But this tool does seem pretty promising. The only downside is that you actually have to pay for it. And of course, that's kind of not ideal since we're trying to start with the lowest budget possible. So this is something I will consider for a future video. So let's actually set a goal. If we get 400 likes on this video, I'll test this tool for you. I'll buy it myself and I'll try to maybe even start a store for it or something like that. But ironically, the best way to actually get faster shipping on your dropshipping products is to simply filter your research, so your product research, by products that ship from the United States. And this is something that I don't know why people don't talk about more, since it's such a simple solution to getting faster shipping. Now, I will say that the main concern that people have when it comes to this method is that the suppliers are lying and that they don't actually have US inventory. And while that would be a problem, you can still actually make it work even if they were lying. For example, let's say you found a product that does ship from the United States on AliExpress, but it turns out it's a lie and the shipping is actually from China still. If the product is working really well, you could right away contact sourcing agents, and I'll talk more about that later in this video, to ship your products out quicker with faster shipping lines. But let's try an example here so that you can actually get a visual look of how this would work. Now, of course, right here, I just looked up foot rub on AliExpress. Why I looked up foot rub? I don't know, maybe because my feet hurt right now and I do need a foot rub. No, but actually this is a popular category. You can kind of classify it into like the health and wellness niche. This is actually a huge market, and even though it's pretty broadly defined, there is a ton of products that would appeal to a large number of people. So what we do here after we look up some sort of keyword here on AliExpress is we would just go right here to the price and to where it ships from, and you can actually just select United States. While this does limit the amount of products available greatly, and yes, that is unfortunate, it's still worth it to be able to ship faster if you can actually run your business more sustainably. The biggest downside, honestly, of slow shipping is the unsatisfied customers, and the fact that you will get so many unsatisfied customers means that your page that you're using to advertise on Facebook, which is probably the main advertising platform you're gonna be using, chances are your quality score is gonna be insanely low and you'll end up getting banned, which is obviously not ideal. And you should want to please your customers. I actually have a whole video on that. I'll link it somewhere here that I made pretty recently, and I talk about how I've been able to get a really good page feedback score with my business with one of my stores, and that store is still running till this day, and the feedback score is still really high. Despite the whole pandemic thing, everything has been able to remain consistent, including our feedback score. But anyways, as you can see, there is still a very large selection of products that you can choose from that do ship from the United States. So let's look at these sandals, for example. I know that sandals is actually a big niche. I've actually seen people scale sandals pretty ridiculously, and this isn't something that I would personally dive into, mainly because of all the sizing issues. I know that that would be a logistical nightmare, but if you're willing to endure that nightmare, then sandals definitely is a good potential niche to get into. And as you can see, this product has a lot of orders and not a ton of reviews, which means that there's probably a decent amount of demand behind this product, especially now that we're going into the summertime and that people are gonna be able to go outside now that quarantines are ending, at least in the United States. But as you can see, this is actually super convenient that they offer United States shipping. So something like this, it's $6.22 plus $9 shipping. But since it ships with USPS, you could do, for example, all orders above $50 get free US shipping, but all orders below $50, you have to pay $6 shipping or $7 shipping. I probably wouldn't charge $10 shipping. That definitely would reduce your conversion rates, but something like $5 or $6 most likely wouldn't affect your conversion rate, especially if people see that your product is being shipped out really quickly. And I love this idea because it really legitimizes the dropshipping business model a whole lot more. And then once you actually find a valid product, you can start talking to sourcing agents. Now, if you don't know how to find a sourcing agent, really it's actually quite simple, but it does require a lot of hard work. So what you'll need to do is basically get a huge list of potential suppliers, whether it be on AliExpress or Alibaba, and contact them directly to see if they'd be able to source products for you and work with you privately. And of course, it will take a lot of time to develop a really good relationship with these suppliers. Now, if you are in a big hurry to find a sourcing agent, I do recommend you check out NetSphere, which is actually my course and community. I provide a ton of different resources for the community, such as email templates, and of course, a ton of really in-depth content. Even though it's a lot more boring than my YouTube videos, it's a lot more in-depth, and it really covers everything on how to build and scale your own Shopify business. So in my opinion, one of the most important things that I provide in there is access to all of the different sourcing agents that we've worked with personally. So these sourcing agents are people who we've trusted with large amounts of money and trusted to ship our orders quickly and to quality check everything. And while a lot of these guys say they require minimum order quantities, at the end of the day, they don't really require minimum order quantities as long as you know you have a product that you're confident in. So the best way to approach something like this, as I said earlier, would be to make sure you're getting some sales and fulfilled with a supplier that offers United States shipping. And then once you're getting a decent amount of orders and you know that this product is likely to work out, then just contact one of the sourcing agents that I provide in the course to get even faster shipping and potentially private label your product to really build a big brand out of this. Now, the course is only $29 a month, and that is kind of crazy considering all the courses in this space are extremely expensive. But honestly, it's kind of a mutually beneficial relationship because this way I can actually reach more people and give access to the course to a larger majority of people without having to sacrifice having low quality people in our private group, which happens when you make a group free, unfortunately. But as you can see, there's tons of Alibaba suppliers as well that sell different sandals, and I'm sure if you contacted probably any of these, they could private label the product, and then you could connect this supplier to your sourcing agent so that you can streamline your shipping. Now, one last thing that I actually want to talk about here is this one tool called Thieve.co. Now, this is completely free. They do offer like a paid version, but I've never really used it and I'm not sure that I can recommend it, but I can recommend their free site because they have a really nicely curated selection of products that all have really nice images. And what I really like about this is that they actually have a tab for US shipping. So when you click US shipping on Thieve.co, what it does is it actually filters by US shipping products. It's actually pretty awesome. And as you can see, the selection is pretty nice. So for example, something like this portable smoothie blender, the picture is super nice. And then when we click buy on AliExpress, we can see that they do have US shipping available. And of course, for this particular one, the shipping is pretty ridiculously expensive. So this probably wouldn't really work out unless you charge an insane amount of shipping. But this does serve as a good example for the potential products that you can find on this site. I've been talking about this site for a very long time, honestly, from way back when I first started making videos, and they used to not have this US shipping tab, and ever since they added it, I do think that it added so much value to the site. And this is why, even though they're not paying me anything to say this, I do think that this is probably one of the best product research methods, since it's free and you can actually just filter by US things. And honestly, one of the main things about product research, guys, is that it's all about getting ideas for products, because once you get an idea for a product and something that you could potentially build a store out of or a brand out of, you can go on AliExpress and do some further research to find maybe updated versions of that product that have better images, or you could contact a sourcing agent to see if they can source it for you right away. And that's kind of how it should work. You just kind of start getting ideas, and it's not a super quick process. Like, it does take time to find a good product to test, but that makes sense, especially with how popular dropshipping is now. You do need to put in the extra effort in order to find something that has a ton of potential and that you could build a big brand out of. So as I said earlier, if this video gets 400 likes, I'll definitely consider dropping a video testing out some of these tools like SPocket that are paid, so that you don't have to. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you in my next video. Peace.